Shipping inventory to Amazon for a single SKU is relatively straightforward, but quite often you need to ship multiple SKUs, products, or variations, and it would be so much easier and cheaper if you could ship them all together in one shipment. Now, there's actually 3 different ways to ship multiple SKUs to Amazon, so in this video, I'll show you the step-by-step process to save a bunch of time and money by shipping multiple SKUs in one single shipment by creating just one shipping plan. And I'll also show you how you can avoid paying Amazon's new inbound shipping placement fee by shipping multiple SKUs, as well as a new simple trick on how you can now send all your future shipments even easier with just one click. All right, so in order to ship inventory to Amazon, you need to have created a product listing for all of your SKUs. So if you haven't done that yet, you need to do that first. I have a video that goes over how to do that, and I'll leave a link to that video down in the description below. Now, once you've done that, log into Seller Central, click on the menu, Inventory, Manage Inventory. Okay, the first way to ship multiple SKUs, products, or different variations to Amazon is the pretty obvious way. You can create a separate shipping plan for each SKU, product, or variation. But doing that can increase your shipping costs since you're shipping multiple cartons, and Amazon may require you to send each carton to a different warehouse. So if you're able to combine all of your SKUs into one single shipping plan, and especially if everything can fit into one shipping carton, you can save time and money by shipping just to one Amazon warehouse. All right, so in order to do that, there's 2 ways you can send multiple SKUs in a single shipping plan. The first way is where a lot of beginners get lost or confused. For example, if you started a new shipping plan by clicking on one of your SKUs and choosing Send Replenish Inventory, like this one right here, this is the process on how you would normally send just one SKU. But if you changed your mind or you're returning to an unfinished shipping plan, you can actually add more SKUs to the existing shipping plan by clicking on this tab here, All FBA SKUs, and then checkmark all the other SKUs that you want to add to the shipping plan. Then just add how many units or boxes that you want to ship to Amazon. Click Ready to Pack, and then click Confirm and Continue. Now, one thing to note, and pay close attention here because you're most likely going to have to do this. If you've never shipped any of these SKUs to Amazon before, like if it's a new product and it's your first time shipping it to Amazon, or in most situations when you want to ship multiple SKUs to Amazon, you don't want to ship entire cartons of a SKU to Amazon. You just want to ship a few units of each SKU. Then you'll have to click on the pencil icon here and create a new packing template. So for example, you can see on this SKU here, the default packing template is one that I've already created called Case Packed 60. That's because my supplier packages this product in single cartons with 60 units inside, and this is how I normally ship this to Amazon. For example, if I click on the edit button, you can see this template is case packed. There are 60 units per box, and this is the size and weight of one carton. I got this information from my supplier, so anytime I want to replenish this SKU, this is the default template that I use. However, if you've never shipped to Amazon before, you won't have a default template, so you'll have to enter all of the details here, and once you save it, you'll be able to reuse the template in your future shipments. And a pro tip here, I suggest naming your templates like I have so that it's easily identifiable. You can see that I named mine Case Packed 60, so I can recognize it from the drop-down menu. This is extremely helpful because sometimes your supplier may have different carton sizes. For example, your supplier may have a carton with 60 units and another carton with only 10 units. You can create a packing template for both carton sizes, and if you name them this way, you can easily identify and choose them from the drop-down menu when you're creating future shipments. Now, when you want to ship multiple SKUs, often you're not shipping entire cartons of each SKU. You just want to ship a few units. So as you can see, I only have the Case Packed 60 template for this SKU here. If I wanted to ship only 5 units, you can see that I can't enter that here. It's grayed out. I can only enter the number of boxes. So in this case, click on More Inputs here, then click on Add a Packing Line. And you can see it says Individual Units is now selected here. And now I can enter the number of single units that I want to ship to Amazon. All right, now once you're done here, click on Ready to Pack, and then click on Continue. Okay, if we head back to the Manage Inventory page, the second way to ship multiple SKUs to Amazon is to simply checkmark all of the SKUs that you want to ship here. Then down at the bottom of the page here, click on Select Group Action, Send Replenish Inventory. Then verify that these are all the SKUs that you want to send. If not, you can always click on the All FBA SKUs tab at the top like we did before, and add more SKUs. Then this page should look familiar. We just went over it a minute ago. So fill in the shipping details for each SKU, click on Ready to Send, and then confirm and continue. Now on the next step here, if everything fits into one shipping box, then choose Everything will fit into one box. Otherwise, choose multiple boxes will be needed. Now, if everything does fit in one box, that's actually really simple. There's nothing special that you'll need to do. Just put all of your SKUs into one box and tape it up. However, if there are multiple boxes, then on this next step, enter how many boxes you're going to ship to Amazon here. Then you'll have to specify how many units of each SKU you're packing into each box. And then enter the weight of each box here, as well as the size here. Now, again, if you're not packing this yourself, you can always get this information from your supplier. Now, if all the boxes are the same size and weight, you can check mark them here. Otherwise, you can click on Add another box dimension to enter the size of the other box here. And then check mark which box dimensions applies to which box here. And now, once you're done with that, click on Confirm. Now, if any warnings pop up like you can see here, make sure you've entered the details correctly. Based on the size and weight of your SKUs, Amazon is warning you that the shipping carton information doesn't look right for what you're saying that you're putting into each carton. In my case here, I just made up the box weight and dimensions, so that's why these warnings are popping up. Now, if you know what you entered is correct, then you can just continue by clicking on Dismiss Warnings and Confirm. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about what all of these other options are here. If you want to learn more about how to create a shipping plan, I'll leave a link to a step-by-step video that goes over all of this down in the description below. Now, what I do want to point out on this next step is down here. You can see in my case, it's showing there are 2 shipments. I need to send one shipment to this Amazon warehouse and the other shipment to this Amazon warehouse. And make sure you don't mix this up. Shipment number 1 is these 2 boxes that contain these 2 SKUs, and shipment number 2 is 2 boxes of this 1 SKU. And this is very important that you don't mix this up because you'll incur fees and penalties if you send them to the wrong Amazon warehouse. What helps is, especially if you have multiple boxes, is to not tape them up completely until you've already printed these box labels out. That way you can verify what's inside each box before sealing it up and taping the correct label on each box. Now, I mentioned earlier how you can save time and money by shipping multiple SKUs in a single shipment, so let's talk about that. First, if we take a look at this section here, notice that the only option for my shipment is this one. Which options are available here are based on the configuration of the shipment. And because I chose the Amazon partnered carrier option, this shipment will cost me $202 to ship to Amazon. This is the inbound placement fee. You can actually ship to Amazon and avoid having to pay this inbound placement fee if you're shipping multiple SKUs, and I'll show you how. If we take a look at the inbound placement fee guidelines page, it says here, to qualify for the Amazon optimized inbound option with no inbound fee, your shipments must include at least 5 identical cartons or pallets per item. Each carton or pallet must contain the same quantity per item and the same item mix. What that means is, if you ship multiple SKUs and package them into 5 or more shipping cartons with the exact same configuration for each carton, Amazon won't charge you the inbound placement fee. And that's because they're putting the onus on the seller to distribute your inventory across Amazon's network of warehouses instead of having to do it themselves. It says here, we are regionalizing our inbound network to improve delivery speeds to customers. Based on its design, shipping 5 or more identical cartons or pallets for each item provides the minimum quantity required to spread your inventory to all regions. You can see examples of how this works here. So if you take a little more time and put a little more thought into how you box up your multiple SKU shipments, you can potentially save a ton of money here. But there's a caveat. From my personal experience, sometimes paying the inbound shipment fee ends up being cheaper than trying to box them up to avoid the fee. And that's because I now have to ship to 5 or more Amazon warehouses. So make sure you compare and do the math to see if it actually makes sense for your shipment. Now, speaking of packaging, if you're packing multiple SKUs in a single box, make sure the box meets Amazon's inbound shipping guidelines and that the box isn't considered oversized. You can see the list of guidelines on this page here, but most notably is this. Boxes must not exceed these maximum size and weight requirements. No more than 25 inches on any side and no more than 50 pounds total. What I suggest is read through this to make sure you're packing and labeling your shipments correctly, and I'll leave a link to this page down in the description below. And also make sure that you're not inadvertently damaging your own products. If you package several units in a single box, they can bang around during shipping and the packages inside can get dented, or if you have fragile products, they can end up broken. So make sure you're packing them properly so that they don't get banged around, or split the products up so you're not mixing fragile with non-fragile products together in a single box. All right, now Amazon added a new feature that makes shipping in inventory so much easier, especially if your shipments are usually the same every time. If you navigate over to your shipments page by clicking on Menu, Inventory, Shipments, you can see right at the top here, it says, what's new? Send it again feature is launched. Send it again enables you to duplicate SKUs and quantities from a previously created shipment in one click. Now, instead of having to start from scratch every time you need to ship inventory to Amazon, you can now go to a previous shipment that you want to duplicate, click on the arrow here, and click on Send It Again. Now, all the previous options and settings are already set for you from the previous shipment. All you need to do is verify the packing details and complete the rest of the shipping plan. Now, Amazon recently updated the shipping plan workflow, some of the options, and even added some fees. So this video right over here will go over these updates and changes and show you exactly how to create a new shipping plan and track the entire shipment status.